Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Welcome, Satish,
Thank you.
to our big project, which you're also a part of, the 95 Stories for the 95th birthday. And we appreciate you joining us today. And we wanted to open it up. If you have any stories that you would like to share, please do.
Sairam, brother, I feel to be blessed to be part of this noble initiative of recording 95 experiences for Swami's 95th birthday. A little bit background about me. I started coming to Sathya Sai Baba, in fact, a Samithi kind of setting, only in year 2015 when I moved to Atlanta with my family. Prior to that, I used to live in New Jersey, in India, in many places within the country. I know about Swami, but I never felt him or accepted him as God, and I never went to any Samithi or any Swami's places, and I never participated in any of the activities. So magically, for reason only known to him, when we moved to Atlanta, the first thing that we did is, even before we joined our kids in the school, we joined them in the Balavikas or Sai spiritual education program. So they in fact started SSC first, then they went to a formal school kind of thing when we moved in 2015 in Atlanta to Atlanta. Then started the miracle. Then miracles started happening in my life. It all started slowly by Swami pulling me into the service activities. So one of the brother who I met in the center, he strongly advised me to come to service activities. And then I am basically a kind of like, not that inclined towards service for whatever is the reason. And this brother, he even went to the extent of actually coming to my home, picking me up at 4 a.m. and then driving me all the way to the Atlanta missions, 40 miles each way. And then he started doing this, and then he did this for quite some time. These actually service activities started a transformation within. I still remember an incident that happened where one lady, while serving in Atlanta Mission Women's Shelter, she came to me and thanked for the coffee. And she said, it's been like 30 days since she had a coffee. And that shook me. That started a thought process in me. In this great country, which by all material measures is like considered as an advanced country, here in Atlanta, the center of the country, one woman has to wait 30 days for coffee. That basically thought changed my perspective about life. Till then, I never thanked God. To me, God is like a boon giver. To me, it is like God is like a bank where I can go and draw money as and when I want and as much as I want. And if He didn't give me any boon, I used to start questioning as to why He did not give. So that was God to me. And for the first time in my life, I thanked God for whatever He has given to me. Because our family is doing well, and then we doing well, and then we are much better positioned. So first time I thanked Swami, and that incident actually changed my perspective. When I came back and discussed this incident with my family, my kids, both kids and my wife, they said, from then onwards we will cut short on some of our so to say not necessities, and then pull that money for service activities. And we took this as a family decision. I started going to the service activities regularly, and that opened up my heart. When I say that opened up my heart, what I mean is I started looking at things in a very different way, with a different perspective. So when I started looking at things a different perspective, and Swami started talking to me. And then whenever I switched on Radio Sai on my commute to work, he always used to talk about controlling senses and controlling bad habits, and then how to get rid of bad habits and start good habits. Before that, I used to have not so good healthy habits in terms of daily living, and then I've been trying to get rid of them for like years together, but I was unsuccessful in every attempt of mine. When I started listening to Radio Sai, repeatedly the same message keeps coming, repeatedly. Then I thought if the same message is coming repeatedly, there got to be something. Let me take the name of Swami and then start getting rid of these habits. And the magic worked. Things that I could not get rid of for 20 years in my life, in one stroke, I got rid of them. Then my belief in Swami started increasing. Then I said, like, there got to be something, it is working miracles on me, right? Because nobody in my friends could believe that, I'm no more doing things that I used to do. Then every moment, like any question that I have, because Swami is not physically there, right? We cannot go and ask him. So any question that I have, I used to get answers from around the people. So another incident that kind of intensified that belief and faith in Swami and his omnipresence is this thing. One day my wife was not feeling, she's tired. It's Sunday, and then, we prepared food and all. There was some calls and everything, things, and she's like not feeling so energetic to go to the center. And then she said that she told me that, she's not feeling well and she has some leg pain and she doesn't want to go to center. But, Sunday 2 p.m. automatically the biological clock basically makes us wear the white clothes and then, get into the car and start driving to the center. At 1:30, I get a call from another brother, and he tells me to go and give ride to an elderly devotee who cannot drive by himself, and he wanted me to pick him up and then bring to the center. So here the magic starts. We go to this devotee's home, and then we were ready to pick him up. He enters into the car and then, gets settled in the car, and the first thing that comes off his mouth is, he's referring to my wife, and he says, unless you are down with 104 degrees fever and you cannot literally open your eyes and walk, you should never have a feeling or thinking that, you cannot go to center. Swami is omnipresent. He wants to give us a message, and the message not necessarily come through his form, but it can come from any form. This again, reinforced our faith and belief. Few months later, I applied for my permanent residency into this country, and that is taking its own time. I'm feeling little low because geopolitical things are not so encouraging. I was thinking, what is happening in my life? And I was sitting in a grocery store parking lot. My wife is in the grocery store shopping. And I was thinking, and I was looking at Swami's picture that is hanging in my car and asking him, what is this, Swami? Why are you putting me through this pain? And suddenly I get a call from the same devotee who pulled me into service. And this is his first statement. He said, brother, you will get your permanent residency when it has to come. Swami will take care. Don't worry about it. Then I asked him, brother, what prompted, I thanked him for the kind words, and then, we shared some other normal conversation. At the end of that, I asked him, what prompted you to start the conversation with this statement? And he said, for some reason, I felt like, talking to you on this subject. Then again, I looked at Swami and thanked him, because again, like an omnipresence proved one more time. Then my faith in Swami and my belief in his omnipresence kind of solidified. Then started my complete surrender to him. I told myself, you know what, starting from now, I don't have any worry. All my worries are Swami's worries. All my happiness and joy is Swami's thing. And once I started developing that feeling, my life became much better. Now I am much I am a very peaceful person. I don't get bogged by any of the things that are happening either around me or within me or any surroundings, because I know that Swami is there to take care of us.
Wonderful. What a great transformation story. You're now fully surrendered, or much closer to fully surrendered than originally, and you've, as a result, already noticed significant changes in yourself. And can you elaborate on some of those changes that you've seen? Compare the previous Satish to the Satish 2.0 or Sai.0, whatever you want to call.
I will definitely call it a Sai.0 because after 2 you have number 3, and then that goes infinite. But at the end anyway it is Sai.0, so I would like to be there at Sai.0. So there is a complete transformation, brother. Again, talking to you, I still remember one of those, the Akhand bhajans. In one of our brothers' home, I asked you what exactly you mean by devotion or by surrender. Then you told me that people, if they meet you after some time, they shouldn't recognize you. That actually prompted a lot of thought in me. When Aaron said people should not recognize me, what he meant. Does it mean that when I undergo a plastic surgery and I go to with a new face to my friends? No, because we form mental image of a person by their habits, right? So when I look at somebody, then I say, okay, he is a very calm man, he is always jovial, he is always smiley, like he is always grumpy. So we remember people by their emotions and the way they express their emotions, right? Then this thought again, like thanks to Swami, he prompted this thought in me. So when Aaron said, like, the transformation means people should not recognize, that means we should completely transform in our habits, the way we speak, the way we talk, the way we think. That to me is a transformation. And that to me is the biggest miracle, because in this Kali Yuga, the demon is within us. Both good and bad qualities, or demonic qualities and good qualities, are within human being. So sometimes I think how difficult task Swami has. Swami in his earlier avatars as Rama, and Krishna in his Rama avatar, he could simply go to Lanka and then kill Ravana, and then establish the Satya Marga in the world. In Krishna avatar, simply he advised Arjuna to kill within the family. But now in the Kali Yuga, both good and bad qualities are within the same person. If he wants to kill, then he's killing even the good quality. So he has to kill the bad quality within us, and still should not harm us. So how difficult challenge this is. That is why sometimes I think Swami chose the path of discourses, and then repeatedly saying the same thing and showing small miracles, so that people start faith, and then transform, and then just follow what he said, right? So that when I started adopting to myself, I could clearly see a difference in my thoughts and the way I speak to people, respecting elders, and then basically sharing love, and then feeling sympathy or empathy for the suffering of others. To simply put this, I started thinking with heart rather than brain. So that to me is the biggest change that Swami brought within me.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for sharing this journey of transformation that went on for you with Swami, and we are all very happy that we have the Satish Sai.0 now as part of our center and part of our community. Jai Sai Ram, brother.
Jai Sai Ram.